Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Our experts are excited to dive into defining connected planning and exploring how it extends beyond traditional finance with practical applications for capital, marketing, and IT. So without further ado, let's get started.
Good day, everybody. Thank you for attending this webinar hosted by Alithya. I'll be one of your co-presenters today. My name is Mike Killeen. I'm the Senior Vice President of Technology and Strategy here at Alithya. I've been in this space that we call Oracle Cloud Consulting, Hyperion, Arbor, EPM, and S space for over 27 years. And I've seen a tremendous change in the technology and the trends of how that technology has been applied in the industry over that period of time. My background is engineering, but I also have an MBA, so I'd like to bring a unique combination of both technology and business approach to all of our implementations. You can reach me at mike.killeen@alithya.com, and you'll see my LinkedIn profile as before. I'm now going to turn it over to my co-presenter to introduce himself, David Pabst.
Thank you, Mike. My name is David Pabst. I'm a Senior Director and Solutions Architect here at Alithya. I've been leading EPM solution design really with a passion for designing, budgeting, and forecasting solutions for the past 13 years at Alithya. I actually started out as a client of Alithya, building financial systems out in the retail industry. Fun fact about me, I actually wrote a book about best practices around budgeting and forecasting called The 9 Principles of Agile Planning. And you can certainly contact me at david.pabst@alithya.com.
A little bit about Alithya. Alithya is a publicly traded company headquartered out of Montreal, Canada. We have about 4,000 employees, and we've been in existence for over 25 years. Within Alithya, we have a dedicated Oracle practice that focuses on delivering Oracle Cloud applications within ERP and supply chain, HCM, and enterprise performance management. In addition, we provide managed services and advisory services. Additionally, Alithya runs our business on Oracle Cloud applications, which has been an engine for growth. And several of the principles that we'll be describing here today around connected planning, we have been implementing ourselves internally as well. The final thing I'll point out is that from an enterprise performance management and from a cloud application standpoint, we have one of the largest staples of Oracle ACEs within the country, currently sitting at 8. And we're very proud of our long and historical relationship with Oracle Product Management, putting us at the forefront of innovation across our close to 1,000 ERP and EPM cloud projects. The learning objectives and agenda for this webinar series really involves 4 discrete components. The first is to both define what we mean by connected planning and how one can facilitate connected planning opportunities beyond your traditional finance use cases. After that introduction, we'll have 3 separate breakout sessions focusing on practical applications of connected planning. The first for capital, the second for marketing, and then third for IT or information technology. So what first is connected planning? Connected planning is a process that links your stakeholders together so they can forecast in an integrated fashion. The key component of this is that changes in one area are reflected as an impact into another. Targets can propagate and interface both top to bottom. Every organization today does connected planning, whether they realize it or not, typically with a mixture of Excel, email, meetings, phone calls. And so there's a tremendous opportunity to streamline those interconnection processes between people during the planning process, which will improve efficiency, collaboration, and speed. If I think about a typical organizational structure, connected planning is really designed to integrate the top of the house strategy and accountability reporting that are defined by the C-suite and typically enabled by corporate FP&A teams with the line of business plans that we see supported by analysts and what we consider business area finance. At the top of the house, I might see the chief operating officer. I might see, leaders for various functions, all engaging with the CEO and the CFO. But in terms of business area finance teams, I might be looking at corporate functions, specifically around HR, IT, and marketing. sales and operations, HR, IT, and marketing management. One of the most challenging aspects of connected planning, besides the need to link together disparate people and data elements, is the different views that are required. And as very often one will find that the views necessary to support the line of business or operational perspective are different than those from the consolidated view. And so we'll kind of into some of the benefits and pros and cons of that as we move forward. If we think about traditional planning flywheel, when we talk to our customers, part of what we're trying to understand is how deep they want to go within a connected planning process. Most customers, if they start at the top of the house, will end up in the C-suite and the top quadrant, focusing on long-range planning, which is what they aspire to do, as well as budgets, which is what they commit to do, and then ultimately financial forecast, which corresponds with what they think that they want to do. But supporting that needs to be more detailed, more timely, more frequently updated operational plans and mid-level line of business plans, whether or not I'm looking at significant spend opportunities in information technology, which can be both run and transform, whether I'm looking at sales planning in terms of quota and territory and what I think I'm going to commit, how I'm investing my marketing dollars in terms of campaign management, where I'm investing my spend from a labor perspective, and then finally in terms of supply chain and operations. Typically what we see is, depending on the industry, where a customer prioritizes, those line of business plans will be different. For example, in service-related industries, there's more of an emphasis on technology and HR. In product-related industries, there's typically a heavy focus on supply chain and operations.
And to bring the planning flywheel of connecting all the different parts of the organization together, both from a planning and forecasting process, but also connecting the operational systems that support each of those different areas, you need a connected planning platform. And there are several in the market. Alithya has chosen to implement Oracle's Cloud Enterprise Performance Management. Sometimes we call it EPM, and it is a planning technology to provide a modern cloud-based planning process. There's several different analysts and research firms in the industry, and regardless of which one you look at, here is one that's out there from IDC, and you'll see Oracle continues to be the leader in the top right quadrant, is the leader to deploy connected planning within your organization. A little bit about Oracle Cloud Enterprise Performance Management Connected Planning. It's really to connect all planning in your organization. So everything from strategic modeling and long-range planning for the C-suite to model things like M&A, your traditional financial and operational planning to build out a budget or a forecast for next year. And then what we're really talking about today is taking that financial planning process and driving it down to the other parts of the organization, like marketing, like IT, like sales. And those areas have planning processes. Like Mike said, they're doing it in Excel today. And what this allows you to do is connect the C-level or the FP&A view down into the planning processes that those other parts of the business. Oracle Cloud EPM supports all manner of planning, whether that's rolling, forecast, continuous planning, top-down planning, zero-based budgeting, allocations, and really we're being asked all the time today around how can I employ data science, generative AI, automated anomaly detection, automated predictions, and Oracle Cloud EPM allows us to bring those technologies to both the FP&A style of planning as well as the line of business planning, which we're going to drill in today. So what makes connected planning special? The big difference between your traditional budgeting and forecasting processes is normally we'll have hundreds of non-finance stakeholders that might use a system like this. When you have non-finance users, it has to be easy. It has to have the usability of an iPad application. If someone's going to come into this application and ask for money to fund a marketing project or fund an IT project or fund the construction of a new building, through the capital request process. It needs to be very easy for people to adopt. And these planning processes, they have to be in the language of the area that we're trying to help, right? Like a finance view that's P&Ls and balance sheets and accounts and all the complexity of accounting. You know, that's not what these types of applications. These applications need to speak in the terms of IT services, capital construction projects, marketing campaigns. And if you can bring all of these things together where it's easy to use, it's on demand through the cloud, and to really add value is that what's in it for me. So that, you know, just because FP&A asks a functional area to adopt an online planning process, it needs to make life better for those different functions that we're actually deploying this technology to. So often we'll see organizations that adopt these kinds of tools, a reduction in spreadsheets, faster turnaround, better access to data, greater control over spend, and more efficiency. So in our webinar series that we're covering today, we're actually going to drill into 3 examples. So 3 different perspectives of planning within the business. The first one that we're going to take you through in this webinar series, we call it capital portfolio planning. Often the sponsor is the CFO in the organization. So this is that long cycle process in capital intensive organizations where we go from ideation, hey, what are the big capital investments we're going to make over the next couple of years, turning those into capital requests, and automating really the capital request process within an online web-based tool. Often we'll see hundreds to thousands of users that might use a solution like this. Then we're going to take a look at what we'll call marketing lifecycle planning, which is often the sponsor is the chief marketing or chief revenue officer in an organization. Again, similarly to the capital process, going from the idea of what are the different areas we can deploy marketing dollars within the organization. Some of our clients that are marketing centric might have $500 million to $1 billion of marketing per year that they have to maintain governance on, and make sure they pay their vendors and approve investments and understand the ROI of the different investments they're making. So again, these are marketing people that are accessing a planning tool. It needs to be in their language. It needs to be really accessible for them to get value out of it. And finally, our last connected planning example we're going to walk through, we call it IT financial management. This is the sponsor of this is often the CIO of an organization. It's really pivoting from a financial view of how much does IT cost to getting an understanding of how IT benefits the organization and what are the investments we're going to have to make in a online cloud-based planning and forecasting tool. And this allows us to link planning, execution, and purchasing all together in a seamless environment for the IT organization. If you'd like to learn more, visit us at infosolutions@alithya.com.
Thank you all for tuning in today. We hope you found the session informative and engaging. If you have any further questions or would like to continue the conversation, head over to our website at alithya.com to contact us and check out our other webinars and events. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar.